What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning. So come by and say hello. All right, I thought we'd have a little fun here, do a little speculation, a little prediction on what we can expect from the next legendary summoner, which, as far as I understand, is going to be the Earth one. So we're going to have Earth, then Death, and then finally Dragon at the end. And if that's wrong, somebody please correct me. But that shouldn't change the contents of this video, even if that order isn't exactly correct, because at some point we will get the Earth Summoner. Now, somebody had called out that I had actually predicted the Water Summoner quite well, saying that it was going to help with melee. And when you look at 2 out of the 3 abilities that it had there, Reach and Trample, those were melee focused. And to be honest with you guys, I forgot. I put out so much content that whether it's good or bad, I completely forget some of the things that I say on here. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. But they did call out that I said that correctly. So I'm not saying that my track record is perfect and you should listen to me. But it was fun to, after going back and watching that video, it was fun to see where my thought process was and how it ended up being somewhat accurate. So now let's do that for the legendary summoner with Earth. And again, I have no idea. I have no inside information. I am just in the same boat as everybody else. I just know that it's coming. I'm guessing it's going to be 6 mana like the others. And based on what we've seen from previous summoners, which is what I have up on the screen right now, I'm going to make some speculation. So with Earth, I think one of the interesting things that we've seen with Earth, and if you just look at the modern meta, for example, we have seen Llama, which I think is, well, here, let's put it this way. I don't even want to look at the modern meta. But when we talk about specific attack types, right, we have Prince Renin, which is +1 range. We also have Fernheart, which gives close range. So that's a meta boost to all of the ranged monsters, which traditionally, are not strong, they're one of the weaker ones in terms of positioning, because they're the only attack type where position actually matters, right? All of the others, well, actually, I shouldn't say that. They're one of the attack types that cannot attack from the back position. I guess melee range can't attack from the front position, melee can't attack from the back position. But either way, close range gives them this option, right? And then on the magic side, we just got Obsidian. So within Chaos Legion already, we have a +1 magic buff. So just looking at those, okay, I would say that if you have Fernheart already and you have Obsidian, maybe you can look at Prince Renin and say, well, there might be yet another buff to the ranged attack. Because when Matt was looking at Grandmaster Wraith, for example, he was looking at what had rotated out with the beta level summoners, which was armor, and then he boosted it obviously with the void armor. I don't think that route is going to be taken here. Again, I think Fernheart essentially negated that, because you do have something that benefits your ranged monsters. So with Obsidian and Fernheart currently sitting in the modern meta, I would actually say there could potentially be a chance, just a chance, that we see another melee focused. Now, Mylar Crowling, for example, is a melee defense, right? And so it was interesting to see how well this played into the meta and how powerful it was, especially at the lower levels. I mean, actually, even at the higher levels, Mylar is still there. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see an offensive rather than a defensive melee focused summoner. And you look at Possibilis, which gave Trample and Reach, which are melee focused. I wouldn't be surprised if we see like a legit +1 melee. But again, we've never really seen that with Earth. Could it happen? Maybe. And I want to go check into some of the monsters in a moment. The one wild card here, though, is Llama. Now, you look at Llama and you get a +2 health. You get Last Stand and Cleanse, which ultimately ended up being super OP together with a lot of these self-healing monsters. So, I look at this and I'm just like, well, we could go the Llama route where maybe we get some different types of abilities as buffs that are completely out of left field. And if that's the case, then I don't really know. Again, it's not like it would benefit any specific monster type. It seems like it would just be this powerful thing. And I don't know what the thinking was in creating Llama. I wasn't around at the time, and it's just even still, if I was, it's not like you can get into that back room and figure out why Llama was made the way that it was made. But we could still go in a direction that offers several abilities that are not necessarily attack or defense based focused. And I don't know, maybe I'll save that for a separate video if I get a chance to dive into some of the other abilities. But I do want to expand upon the melee focus. So let's go over to the monsters, and we can see, at least for the modern meta, there are quite a few that would benefit. And actually, I'm going to even take Untamed and Dice out, because I'd like to believe that we are like 6 months away from Rebellion, which means Untamed and Dice won't matter in the modern meta anymore. So right off the bat, Grund, dude, check this guy out. I mean, he is already a beast. Now, Force Field is something that can nerf him, especially in instances where he gets enraged or something like that. But adding a +1 with Trample, with all that, could add a lot of benefit for him. Bramble Pixie is another one that I don't use, but is definitely part of the meta. I've seen many other folks, especially higher level, I've been beaten by it many times. So to have this in the reach position, with the self heal, I think that this is another card that could benefit greatly, doing 6 damage with a speed of 4, right, from the reach position every turn. So let's go back over to the market again. And Mycelic Infantry, I like this summoner quite a bit. I like this monster quite a bit. I use him in a lot of reverse speed rule sets. The thing is, for Earth, Magic is just such a powerful meta right now with Obsidian that I feel like he just gets eaten through right away. Goblin Psychic, Regal Peryton, Queen Mycelia. I mean, even the Magic monsters, when you think about it, right? Goblin Psychic, Queen Mycelia, Spirit Hoarder, Dr. Blight, they all go early, at a speed of 1 in the reverse speed rule set as well. So someone like Mycelic Infantry won't have as much of an advantage, unless, of course, you are going to have a non-magic play, right? So, or a non-magic rule set, I should say. And then this card I really thought would be better, Venari Knifer. With thorns and backfire, and it being super fast. Again, it could benefit here, but a lot of these monsters just get eaten up with the magic attack and magic spam that you get. Now let's go ahead and check some of the reward cards as well. And obviously, Pelacor Mercenary is another big one that we can see. This kind of takes the place of the Flesh Golem with the self heal as well. One of the better cards at the higher levels that I'm a big fan of. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. And then lastly, here we'll just do rewards, Chaos Legion, Rift Watchers, and neutrals, and Gargoyle Lion. This is one that I think could benefit greatly, because when I know that I'm going to be up against Magic, for example, I like throwing in Gargoyle Lion. It's a 6-mana tank with Void at the higher levels, at Silver and above. And so sometimes I will use it there. Maybe it gets a nice melee buff. One of the other cards here, Legionnaire Alvar, is fantastic for that as well. And well, I guess we can't really look. Let's take out the rewards cards. Zenith Monk would benefit from it. Core Lurker, Junker. I think there's going to be some kind of melee focus. Again, I could be wrong. They could go with the Llama, the Llama route and just do some random abilities that end up being somewhat OP again. But there seems to be a missing mix in there of balance when we're calling it out. And actually, in the process of recording this video and talking to you right now, one of the things that I think could potentially be lacking is more magic defense. So I don't know how that would necessarily play out with a legendary summoner. I mean, I think Void would probably be a little too powerful, and that's not really along the lines of what you'd expect from the Earth Splinter. Although I will say we've seen a lot of crossover between splinters recently, so it's not like certain splinters will excel at certain things. I mean, again, some of the time we'll see that, but we've also seen a lot of crossover across the board. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. I was just thinking it through it, thought I'd share my thoughts with you. I would love to hear, though, what your expectation is or what you would like to see on that Earth Legendary Summoner. I have, no idea what to expect at this point. Possibilis really came out of the blue, and I do think people are sleeping on Possibilis just a little bit. But overall, I'm excited to see what the Earth Summoner can provide as a potential counterbalance, whatever you want to call it, to Llama, to Mylar. So again, maybe me going melee heavy is going to counter right in line with Mylar, and so that's not going to be the best idea. But once again, keep in mind, if you are thinking for the future, Mylar will not be there in 6 months in the modern meta. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.